Let's farm this. Today, we have the worst Olympic Games deaths ever. Now, considering the Olympics is around the corner, I felt like it was fitting, and I was like, I low-key want to watch this video. 12 minutes, I'm like, this guy never misses. This first dude over here, is he covered in piss? This nigga is covered in piss. We got some crazy going on here, I'm not gonna lie.
Stockholm Olympics. On July 14th, 1912, Portuguese marathon runner Francisco Lázaro lined up in Stockholm for what would become the deadliest marathon in Olympic history.
Damn!
The 21-year-old carpenter from Porto had trained in Portugal's moderate climate. At 1:45 p.m., temperatures reached 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Did he die of heat stroke?
Making the
I've never heard of anyone dying from heat stroke.
Asphalt and dust. Before the race, Lázaro made a fatal decision. To protect himself from sunburn, he covered his entire body with a thick layer of beef fat and wax.
What was the thought process here? What the fuck? Beef fat and wax. Why? Bro, damn, I'm not gonna lie, this is 1912 too. I be thinking about this every once in a while, like, damn, niggas were really born back then. Like, there was a point in time where niggas didn't have YouTube to like watch and eat. Like, niggas had to just eat their meals in silence. Or like they had to watch like an execution or some shit. Like dead ass, like, or like Google. So I'm like, how the fuck did he even come to this conclusion? Crazy like string of thoughts from Brodigi.
Creating what he believed would be protective coating against the sun's rays. Instead, he had sealed his skin in a waterproof barrier that would prevent his body from cooling through perspiration. As the 69
Damn, so he's fried.
Lázaro started conservatively, running alongside competitors from Sweden, Finland, and South Africa. The early miles passed without incident, but as runners moved through the Swedish countryside, the sun climbed higher and temperatures continued rising. By halfway, several runners had collapsed from heat exhaustion and been pulled from the course.
Wow.
Lázaro continued despite showing early signs of distress. His breathing became labored, and sweat accumulated beneath the waxy coating, unable to evaporate and cool his body. At the 18.6-mile mark, witnesses reported that Lázaro was staggering and appeared confused. Classic symptoms of heat stroke. His core body temperature was rising dangerously as his cooling system failed completely. With just 5 miles remaining, Lázaro collapsed suddenly on the dusty road near Södertälje. Spectators rushed to his aid, finding him unconscious and burning with fever. His skin was pale and clammy beneath the melted wax coating. Swedish medical personnel transported him to Serafimer Hospital in Stockholm, where doctors worked frantically to lower his body temperature. Despite their efforts, Lázaro never regained consciousness. He died the following morning from heat stroke and dehydration.
How the fuck did he die from dehydration? They didn't give this nigga water while he was in the hospital bed? They didn't have IVs? Hold on, wait. It's the 1912s. They didn't have IVs. Oh my God. When was IV invented? Nah, this shit was invented in the 1400s. They had no excuse. Bruh.
Becoming the first athlete to die during Olympic competition.
Damn. Hey, he didn't come first place in the race, but he came first place in something else. A W, I guess. I don't know.
His death led to new safety protocols for marathon races, including mandatory water stations and temperature monitoring.
Okay.
2010 Vancouver Olympics.
Oh,
on February 12th,
that looks gruesome.
2010, Georgian luger Nodar Kumaritashvili was making his
Yo, okay, I'm not gonna lie, this name is crazy.
Georgian luger Nodar Kumaritashvili.
Jordan Luger Nodar Kumartashvili. Oh, that's actually not bad. Kumartashvili. Okay, that's not bad.
Tashvili was making his final practice run on the Whistler Sliding Center track.
Oh shit!
The Vancouver Winter Olympics opening ceremony.
He died sledding?
The 21-year-old athlete had trained his entire life for this moment, following his father and uncle, who had both represented Georgia in luge. The Whistler track was notorious as the fastest and most dangerous in the world, with speeds regularly exceeding 93 miles per hour on its 4,480-foot course. During training weeks, several athletes had crashed, raising safety concerns. Italian luger Armin Zögler had publicly criticized the track's design, calling it too fast and dangerous. Romanian racer Violeta Stramturaru had suffered a concussion after losing control, and several others had experienced crashes that damaged their equipment. At 4:44 p.m., Kumaritashvili began his run from the men's start position, lying on his back on the small sled as he accelerated down the icy track. Several turns passed normally as his speed increased. By the track's most challenging section, He was traveling at approximately 90 miles per hour, well within normal range for experienced lugers. As Kumaritashvili approached turn 15, known as 50-50, something went wrong with his steering. Video analysis showed his sled began drifting slightly left toward the outer wall. He attempted to correct by applying pressure with his right leg, but the adjustment came too late and was too aggressive. His sled suddenly shot up the banking of turn 16, launching him into the air like a projectile. He was thrown from the sled at over 87 miles per hour, flying several yards before striking a steel support pillar holding timing equipment. The impact was horrific, causing massive trauma to his head and chest. Medical personnel reached him within minutes and attempted CPR, but the injuries were unsurvivable. He was pronounced dead at Whistler Healthcare Center.
Holy shit!
PM, just hours before the opening ceremony.
Oh my god!
Track modifications were immediately implemented, including higher walls and padding around steel supports. 1990.
Does anyone got the video? Anyone got the link? Yo, rip. He got the loot coins knocked out of him.
Albertville Winter Olympics. On February 22nd, 1992, Swiss speed skier Nicolas Bochete was preparing for a routine training run at Val d'Isère during the Albertville Winter Olympics. The 27-year-old athlete was in France for a demonstration event showcasing speed skiing, where skiers reach speeds exceeding 125 miles per hour. Bochete was experienced, but not among the sport's elite competitors. On this morning, Bochete decided to take a casual recreational ski run on regular slopes, away from the speed skiing course. He wasn't wearing specialized speed skiing equipment. Weather conditions were good, with clear skies and well-groomed slopes. At approximately 10:30 a.m., Bochete was skiing down an intermediate slope when he encountered an unexpected obstacle. A snow grooming machine was working on the slope to maintain snow conditions. These massive vehicles, weighing several tons with powerful engines and wide tracks, are commonly used to prepare and maintain slopes. What happened next remains partially unclear, but witnesses reported that Bochete appeared to lose control or misjudge his line as he approached the grooming machine. Whether due to momentary lapse in concentration, equipment malfunction, or miscalculation, he was unable to avoid the massive vehicle. At his traveling speed, even on an intermediate slope, there was no time for evasive maneuvers once he realized the danger. Bochete collided with the rear of the snow grooming machine with tremendous force, suffering massive traumatic injuries that proved immediately fatal. The impact was so severe that survival was impossible, despite immediate response from resort personnel and medical teams. His death sent shockwaves through the Olympic community and speed skiing world, leading to increased safety protocols.
Rip dumbass is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo. Hey, he probably could have paid better attention though. I'm not gonna lie. He could have paid more attention.
1960 Rome Olympics. On August 26th,
damn, we going way back.
Danish cyclist Knud Enemark Jensen lined up for the 62-mile team time trial at the Rome Olympics, unaware he was about to become the first athlete to die from drug use during Olympic competition. The 23-year-old was part of Denmark's four-man cycling team, competing in the grueling road race under scorching Italian sun, with temperatures reaching 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Jensen had been taking Roniacol, a blood circulation stimulant legal at the time, but later banned due to dangerous side effects.
Blood circulation stimulant. What would that be like? Like today's example of this. Is there anything that this would be similar to? Blood circulation stimulant? So like, wait, would that be like Viagra? Viagra does the same thing, doesn't it? Viagra is a blood circulation stimulant, is it not? Was this nigga bricked while racing? Ugh. Damn, no wonder he couldn't focus. That actually makes more. I mean, I don't know if that's how he died, but like, I'm assuming he probably lost focus. Half his blood wasn't in his head, bro.
They're banned due to dangerous side effects, especially when combined with extreme exertion and heat, commonly used by endurance athletes who believed it improved performance by increasing blood flow. But its effects in hot conditions were poorly understood. At 2 p.m., the Danish team began racing from Terme de Caracalla, with Jensen taking his turn at the front as they battled oppressive heat and the challenging course through Roman countryside. The team time trial required all four cyclists to work together, maintaining high speeds throughout the 62-mile distance. In the first hour, Jensen appeared to handle conditions well, rotating through the pace line and maintaining the rapid tempo necessary for Olympic competition. However, as the race progressed and afternoon heat intensified, Jensen began showing distress that teammates initially attributed to normal racing fatigue. His pedaling became less smooth, and he struggled to maintain position during his front turns. By the 54-mile mark, with just 8 miles remaining, Jensen was clearly in trouble. His teammates noticed he was weaving slightly and seemed disoriented, but encouraged him to continue rather than recognizing developing medical emergency signs. With 5 miles remaining, Jensen suddenly collapsed while riding, falling from his bicycle onto hot asphalt. His teammates and race officials immediately stopped to assist, finding him unconscious with severe heat stroke signs.
Do y'all continue the race? Like, do all 4 of them have to complete it? Because I'm not gonna lie, if this is me, I want y'all to just, if the officials are there, just keep going, bro. Yo, win me a medal, bro. I want a medal on my casket type shit. Is that crazy to say? Is there money on the line? There usually is. You get crazy cash. Bro, being an Olympian is actually like really like cool. I'm not gonna lie, especially depending on your country. I remember, was it Taiwan? There was a country that recently got their first ever Olympic champion. I believe it's from Taiwan. The nigga is literally a national hero, bro. He gets like free food wherever he goes. He gets like free hotels. Like, I remember when he won and he came back, there were just a bunch of restaurants that were like, here's a free lifetime pass. Whenever you want to eat, just come here. And I'm like, that being your treatment in your home country is low-key fire. Being an Olympic athlete is like amazing, bro. The only thing that's rough about the Olympics is you compete every 4 years, but at the same time, that's also one of the benefits because that means like everyone has the time to prepare and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because if it is, I'm not stopping. I'm about to say, don't stop if there's money on the line, do not stop, bro. Leave me. Especially if there's niggas, leave me there, bro. Come get me after, bro.
Dangerously high, breathing labored and irregular. Italian medical personnel transported Jensen to a Rome hospital, where doctors worked to lower his body temperature and stabilize his
Same thing.
Despite their efforts, Jensen died several hours later from heat stroke, exacerbated by the circulation stimulant. The autopsy revealed that
because his blood was rushing. Oh my gosh. Because it's a side effect of having like people with high blood pressure run hot. So his shit was probably through the fucking roof.
Extreme heat and intense exertion had overwhelmed his body's temperature.
Goodness grief.
Leading to the first serious Olympic drug testing discussions. 1964.
Okay. By the way, do y'all agree with the Superhuman Olympics? I kind of want to see a Superhuman Olympics. I really hope we get that shit in our lifetime. Like, fuck it. Let's see how fast humans can really run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it should be separate. You know what I'm saying? Let certain people be like natural, but I'm like, let's see how far a human can really toss a javelin if we put this man on PEDs for his whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see IRL thrag. I'm trying to see niggas who are 600 pounds and 6'8" competing in the fucking Olympics. You know what I'm saying? For real, why are we doing human experiments? Low key, I've had this thought for years, right? Lock in with me. I've had this thought. If people really cared, we could have superpowers by now. You're telling me if I designate like $500 million to a group of scientists and tell them to create superhumans, they can't do that with today's medicine?
Says worst take ever.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that shit is very possible. Like, you're telling me like we can't have like a Spider-Man IRL. I understand we could probably have a human stick to walls. The strength might be a little nuts, but like a human sticking to walls and like jumping around and being like, hell, that shit's possible. You know what I'm saying? We might not be able to make Hulk, but we can definitely make like an Iron Man, bro. Like, we can have a functional Iron Man suit. You know what I'm saying?
1964, Innsbruck Winter Olympics. On January 25th, 1964, Australian alpine skier Ross Milne was training on the downhill course at Patcherkofel Mountain above Innsbruck, preparing for the Winter Olympics beginning.
A lot of these are kind of the same.
From Sydney
Skiing seems to have a high mortality rate. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what, 3 or 4 of our things have been Winter Olympics? I think 2 of them were skiing, 1 of them was sledding related. Shit is kind of looking bad.
Promising young skiers, representing his country despite limited access to world-class training facilities and snow conditions at home. Milne had arrived weeks early to acclimatize to challenging European racing conditions and familiarize himself with the Olympic downhill course, known for its technical difficulty and high speeds. The Patcherkofel downhill was considered one of the most challenging courses on the international circuit, featuring a vertical drop of over 2,850 feet and sections where skiers routinely exceeded 81 miles per hour. The course included several technical sections with sharp turns and elevation changes, demanding precise technique and split-second timing.
So you can't lag or anything. You gotta have like 0 ping the whole time. You can't fuck up an input or you're dead.
During his training run, Milne was skiing at racing speed through the upper section when he encountered a particularly challenging sequence of turns requiring precise line selection and expert technique. Snow conditions were firm and fast, typical for World Cup level racing, but unforgiving for any technical errors. As Milne approached a sharp left-hand turn at high speed, something went wrong with either his equipment or technique, causing him to lose control of his skis. In Olympic-level downhill, the margin for error is virtually zero, and once a skier loses control at racing speeds, recovery becomes nearly impossible.
Damn.
Showed Milne attempting to regain control as his skis drifted wide of the intended racing line. Fighting to bring his skis back under control, he was carried off the prepared racing surface into trees bordering the course. At his estimated speed of over 62 miles per hour, the impact with trees was catastrophic. Milne struck several large pine trees sequentially, suffering massive trauma that proved instantly fatal. Ski patrol and medical personnel reached the accident site within minutes, but survival was impossible given impact severity. His death shocked the Olympic community and led to improved downhill course safety measures, including wide safety margins between racing lines and obstacles, better protective barriers, and more rigorous course inspection procedures still used in international ski racing.
And he was young too. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's actually nuts. I'm surprised they don't have like, if you have like a valley of trees, why wouldn't you have a bunch of protective barriers? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why were there no protective barriers to catch him there in case like shit went wrong? I haven't heard of anything like this happening anytime I've watched the Olympics. So like, they probably have those now, which is good, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Athens 2004 and Rio 2016.
Oh, that looks horrific. I just realized what I'm looking at.
Olympic venue construction has claimed numerous lives, but Athens 2004 and Rio 2016 stand out for their tragic worker tolls. In Athens, the rush to complete venues created dangerous working conditions that proved fatal for multiple construction workers.
Wow.
On March 15th, 2004, months before the
that's
games,
tragic.
45-year-old Dimitris Antonopoulos was working on the Olympic Stadium roof when safety cables failed.
What? You're telling me they didn't give this nigga a decent cable? This nigga is 45. He probably has a family and kids too.
Antonopoulos fell 100 feet to his death while installing lighting equipment. The Greek government had delayed construction for years due to bureaucratic problems, forcing contractors to work around the clock to meet deadlines. Workers regularly worked 16-hour shifts without adequate rest, and safety protocols were often ignored. Another worker, 38-year-old crane operator Nikos Georgiou, died when his crane collapsed while lifting steel beams for the Aquatic Center on June 2, 2004. The crane operated beyond rated capacity due to construction acceleration pressure, and inadequate ground preparation caused the massive machine to tip over, crushing Georgiou in the operator's cab. At least 4 construction workers died building Athens Olympic venues, with dozens more suffering serious injuries. The Rio 2016 situation was even deadlier, with Brazilian authorities acknowledging at least 11 construction worker deaths directly related to Olympic venues. On March 27, 2013, Anderson da Silva Santos was installing concrete forms at Olympic Park when a crane collapsed during high winds, killing Santos and injuring 4 others.
Yo! I know they was paying good. Dude, no amount of pay is worth your life like that. This shit is dead crazy. Imagine going to work like, honey, I'm going to work. You kiss your wife and kids goodbye. Everything is going normal at work. You're doing everything right. And then it just a fucking crane. A crane bonks you upside the head, bro. Oh my God, I'd be so mad if that was me. Oh my God.
The 440,000-pound crane operated in wind conditions exceeding safety guidelines due to schedule pressure. On April 3, 2014, 2 more workers died when the Itacarão Stadium roof section collapsed during
Damn!
Fabio Luis Pereira and Ronaldo Oliveira dos Santos were crushed by falling concrete and steel, victims of inadequate structural support.
Damn, they didn't make it. Oh my God. They didn't have their come on Spider-Man moment. It was just over. That's so cooked.
The tragic incident occurred April 21st, 2016, when a bicycle path built for Olympic cycling events collapsed into the ocean, killing 2 people. The elevated path over Guanabara.
Wait, how'd they die if they fell in the water? Wait, what? How'd they die if they fell in the water? Water counters fall damage, no? This bridge don't even look that big. How'd they die? How'd they die? Did they die from sharks or some shit? Motherfucker, you think water is a cushion? Low-key, it kind of is. I mean, I know they say if you hit water fast enough, it's like concrete, but like, you'd always rather fall on water than concrete. You can hit water right enough for it to not kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Brazilian investigators revealed systemic problems, including substandard materials, inadequate safety training, and pressure to cut corners.
They cheaped out, bro. They bought the fucking Timu bricks.
These deaths highlighted the human cost of hosting Olympics and led to improved international oversight of construction projects.
Yeah.
If you'd like to see more stories like this,
damn, that was the end.
Feel free to drop suggestions for the next video in the comments.
That was a good ass video. Oh my god. I actually really, I mean, it was a bit jarring, but it was kind of like